Welcome to day 10 out of 28 days of my somatic journey. Today's video will consist of our two practices. The first one is going to be a pranayama, so some breath work. That's a three-part breath. And then our second one is a standing forward bend somatic standing forward bend. So again, that's why I have the camera a little bit further away today, just so you can see what I'm doing. And yeah, you're not going to need any props for this one, unless if you're seated for the pranayama and you want to have, excuse me, a little bit more of a comfort underneath the sit bones. You can sit on a couch, you can sit on a bed, you can sit on a chair, you can sit directly on the ground, whatever fills your boots, as one little saying I always say. So just coming to a seated position, to what feels most comfortable for you. I'm actually enjoying today kneeling. This is just a position I'm going to choose. And I'm just finding a natural elongation to my spine. What's nice about this three-part breath, it kind of gets you in connection of traveling with sensation of your breath. It can be kind of tricky if you haven't done it before. And sometimes when you have practice, there could be days where you have more of a monkey mind. Things are all over the place. You have a hard time connecting with the flow of the breath. Allowing ourselves to come into that parasympathetic nervous system connection. It's a very grounding pranayama, the three-part breath. Just for an added awareness, place a left hand or right hand onto the belly. It's my right hand, but to you it looks like my left. And then I'm taking my other hand and just placing it on my chest. You don't have to have a hand connection here. You can have the hands just nice and relaxed on the legs or in front of you. I'm just noticing the flow of my breath right now. Just going to fully exhale. Going to inhale belly. Trying to have beautiful light line up, chest, upper rib cage. Now exhaling through the nose, upper, mid-torso, belly. Inhale, expanding my belly. Thoracic, midpoint where the diaphragm is, to upper torso. And exhale. I'm going to do 5 more of these. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. That one I got a little disconnected on, that's okay. Breath in. Trying to line up, past the heart. Exhale. Inhale, belly, diaphragm, upper body, upper chest. Exhale, chest, mid, belly. Return to your natural breath. Feel more of a calming sensation. My face is nice and soft. You can do this practice anywhere from a few rounds up to even just having a timer on up to 5 minutes. It's very calming, very meditative. Gives you a lot of connection on your internal sensation awareness, which is our interoception. When you practice more with breath, you get this improvement in your circulatory system, respiratory system, helps lower the heart rate, boosts your immune system. Like there's just so many benefits on practicing with your breath. We're going to move now into our somatic standing forward bend. So before I get to standing, you don't need any props. I want you to be very mindful of your back, shoulders, neck. And we're going to do 3 rounds of this today. So I'm going to come to standing. My head might get cut off for a moment. So I'm going to stand with my feet hip width apart. My knees aren't locked. Just a nice neutral stance to my spine. And I'm going to come into my pre-check. I'm going to just gently fold forward like a rag doll. So we've heard rag doll before in other yoga practices. And we're just literally dangling and allowing my neck to be relaxed. And I'm just seeing where I'm coming into my fold. I have a little bend into my knees here. I feel a stretch coming up actually from my Achilles into my calves, hamstrings. There's no discomfort in my lower back right now. Shoulders are nice and soft. So right now I can turn my palms up with my that top parts of my hands touching the mat with a gentle bend here. I'm going to just slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. So just a little tidbit for my viewers. With a forward fold for me, because of my lower back discomfort from my arthritis and degenerative disc disease in my lower back, I have a really hard time with forward folds. I think this over time, just overusing, I now have this, like I've said in other videos, this constant discomfort on my right side of my lower back, more SIQL. Slowly getting better, depends on the day. More movement that I have, especially walking, is really good for my spine and my hips. So just so you know, we'll see how this feels afterwards. So here we go again. Sorry again. Good old January. I had this lovely cough that just is not disappearing, but that's okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to come into my fold, nice and relaxed. This is my starting point where the muscles are nice and released. Gentle bend into my knees. I'm going to bend my elbows, have my opposite hand on opposite elbow. So here comes the movement. I'm going to gently tilt my head where in its range of motion. There's no pain or strain. And then move my elbows more in line with my nose. Pause. Lift head, elbows. Pause. Back, head, elbows. Pause. And now I'm going to fully let go. I'm going to do that 2 more times, just 3 rounds today. You can go up to even 5 to 7 rounds, whatever feels good. You just want to be very mindful of your lower back if you're like me and have issues with the back. All right, here we go. Elbows, heads relaxed. Gentle lift in my back. Tilt my head. Elbows. Back, head, elbows. Pause. Back, head, elbows, and fully release. One more time. Here we go. I'm going to bend my elbows. Lift torso. Tilt head. Elbows in line with my nose. Back, head, elbows. Pause. Back, head, elbows. Pause. And now completely let go. I'm going to gently come up out of this. I'm going to go into my pre or post check here. Let's see if I gained even a little micro lengthening within, especially even my hamstrings. So I'm just going to come into my forward fold nice and gently. Everything's loose. And I feel like my head is a little bit further than my knees. I don't think it was this far down on my pre-check. So I did gain some flexion here. I'm going to slowly roll up. And because our forward folds can be quite intense on the lower back, I am going to do an integrative movement. So moving my body in the opposite direction. We always want to do this, especially with these forward folds. I'm going to place my fingers lower back, have a nice lift through the head, shoulders away from the ears, and send my pelvis forward. Nice smooth breath. And gently release. Just going to come down into a seated. You can stay standing, just so you can see my head. And do 3 deep cleansed breaths just to end the practice. Inhale. Through the mouth, I'm going to release. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Day 10. Day 10 is done. Doesn't take a lot of time. Feels amazing. Neck feels really good today. Lower back, little sensation there from that forward fold. I'll let you know tomorrow how that felt for me for the rest of the day. I do have one cardio that I'm going to do today, just so you know. I'm going to go on a stationary bike. I already did some foundation training. I did 30 minutes of a nice gentle yoga practice. So let's see how my lower back, especially on the right side, feels by tomorrow. Have a fantastic day, fantastic week, fantastic month, and join me again tomorrow for day 11 of my 28-day somatic journey. Have a great one, everyone, and enjoy that lovely environment we have out there. Mwah! See you later.